It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up is Shaquille Griffin.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
This one to the former Steeler, Juju Smith-Schuster with it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
First play and attack the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Waiting on it will be Richie James. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, given 5 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the skip. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll just get rid of it. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Here's Tommy Townsend now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. From the 45 on second down, Lawrence. And he whips that one incomplete there. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
The Steelers at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Harris running straight ahead.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Lawrence.
It's brought in by Harris.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Another carry for Pierce.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
He gets it complete to Harris.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a toss play. It's Harris. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Lawrence will throw. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw here. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pierce. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give left side for Pierce. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. We're scoreless after 1. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now here's another carry for Harris. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That good for 19 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that
play. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. On play action, Lawrence. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Washington. Nice job there after the setback. 11 yards, and now it's 2nd and goal. Play action. It's Lawrence. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. Here's Lawrence to throw. And did he get the feet down? No. Mike Tomlin has reached for that red challenge flag, and he'll throw it out there.
Play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So Mike Tomlin correct in his assessment to throw the flag there. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Houston's offense taking over again. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 9 now. He finds his target. It's Schultz. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he gets this up past the 30. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run again with Harris. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 1st down, they go right back to Pierce. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the pursuit that time was absolutely top-notch. He was looking to try and turn upfield somewhere. Kept trying to find a place. Somewhere never showed up.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Here's Lawrence.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
On the return, it's James. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Touchdown! Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Now Lawrence on first down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete as we hit the third of the field. And it brings up 4th. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. .31 yards on the punt there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. That's swung out wide to Harris. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake here on first down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And that game tied 21-all in the second quarter. A lot of offense there. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Chris Godwin, what a game. Over 200 yards receiving with 3 touchdown grabs. finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Brian Robinson, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. For the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Matt Judon picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Johnson with a completion over the middle. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Lawrence to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 45. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They'll set up to throw. It's brought in by Harris. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. He's got room at the 30. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's Pierce. Will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. So a great second effort there as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think a 3rd effort was what got him in. Maybe possibly even a 4th.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run.
How does the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running.
Lawrence on 3rd down.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for
Happy the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given a little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Hitting him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence. Setting up the screen, Harris.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger. And this time, it costs them 2 points.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well. And they free kick it from the 20 now.
The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz, 62 yards.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They hand this off to Harris. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Harris starts the drive on the ground.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. He's got Anderson right side. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Harris. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Lawrence. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James.
And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 37.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Complete to Washington.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
On 1st down, Lawrence finding Pickens for another catch. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Lawrence.
This is caught. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Houston set to take over.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far.
James now to return it.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
They'll start on the ground with Harris.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the 4th quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play.
And that's one of the favorite routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. from the 24. Lawrence got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And in for the Steelers' touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed. They definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
Extra point now by Boswell. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here. Otherwise, they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Flush. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got Harris running the slant. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll run again with Harris. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. And now on third down. They'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. He'll drop to throw. He's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 32 that time.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw here. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pierce into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Damian Harris. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence, he's got Pickens, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
From midfield now, Lawrence. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Lawrence will throw. That one complete downfield to Johnson.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about it.